Let's start with the story of your band. How and when did it all start for you guys?
Well, we started in 2019. It was after a long trip I did, and I lived for a weekend at the place of a friend. And there we decided to do a band. We made music together, and so we said, mate, we should do a band. It's a typical story for that. It's having some beers and playing music, and that's the whole story. Then it started.
One would say your music is hard rock, but how would you describe the Dead Horse Riding music in your own words?
Because I think for oneself, if you're working on songs you wrote by yourself, and if you're working on songs with different people who got different ideas of music and who have got different tastes of music, it's always some kind of difficult to decide, is that hard rock, is that alternative, is that metal, is that whatever you want to call it, because labeling is difficult.
How would you call it?
Well, I would just say rock music.
All right. Okay. We take that.
Yeah. Next time.
So as you said, everybody has a bit different musical background. So what kind of mix is it? So who brings what on the table, and what kind of building blocks is Dead Horse Riding music made of?
Janne, what's your favorite music? What's your background, your musical background?
My musical background? So I never listened to rock again and metal. Okay, that was a lie. I think mostly Niklas and me lived the rock music since, 6 years? 7 years? So, you see, it's a long time ago. So, I joined in and never find the way out of the rock music. So I joined in the band, and I think that's the end. I think that that will be my end. So until 80, I don't know. Yeah, until
Perfect,
80, yeah.
Let's stay together. Well, I grew up with rock music of the 80s and Guns N' Roses and Metallica and so on. That's my musical background, and that's the reason I started to play the guitar, because I love this music, and I don't know. Niklas says sometimes it's you can hear it, but I don't agree, because these are heroes, and I'm not.
My musical background. I listen to I listen to everything from country to metal, everything, a little bit of everything, I think, yes. But like Avenged Sevenfold, Beartooth, that would be like the names. Bullet for My Valentine, Breaking Benjamin. That would be the first names which go through my head. So yeah.
For me, it's a bit like so initially I started doing a musical theater project at a local music school, but
we couldn't believe it either.
But overall I always loved rock music. I love folk rock, but also alternative stuff, and also things like Royal Republic or bands like that. So it wasn't as far of a jump as you might think initially when you hear musical theater, but they couldn't believe it.
It was a little bit embarrassing for us at first.
But you learn to live with it.
I'm a bit of the black sheep because of that, so it's fine.
Yeah, but black is a good way. Yeah? It's a good way to rock.
So yeah.
Yeah, I grew up. I don't know how to say it. started listening to rock music quite early with like 12, 13 years, I would say, and came into the whole thing with bands like Evanescence and Hailstorm and those strong female voices in rock music that I love. And then I came into Metallica, Guns N' Roses. I love that. And yeah, that's what I always wanted to do with my voice. And that's, yeah, what I can do here. And I'm happy to do that. And wasn't that romantic?
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I love musical theater, but as you said, it was, of course, for everybody, but hard to make new music and work on music during the COVID. And now you are back here. Now you are back playing tonight here at Drugstore. So, how do you write new music at the moment as a band?
I think it starts with an idea someone has and comes with the structure of songs, and then we listen to it together and thinking about what should be the result like. I think that's the way we're doing. Sometimes we record something at home and send it to the others.
I think it's if you would like go into the retro look in the past and my English isn't that good and like have a look how it worked like 2 years ago, it would be completely different from what it works now, I think. So because it just changed a lot, and today it's like a lot of music comes like, especially the guitars, is mostly Jörn's parts, and he brings a lot, and he brings also harmonies for vocals. Like the vocals themselves are completely made by our singers, I think I can say, or it's right. But over the time, it just, and I like it very much, it just more and more became a progress in like the rehearsals, because the last songs really made it through the rehearsals and got a song in the rehearsals, and that's very great, because it's just, you heard it like it's all rock music and metal music, but it's just, there are different backgrounds. And it's like, in this way we are doing it now, we can like do the better compromise. I don't know if compromise is the right word, but it's just, and I don't know, like everybody has its part into the song, and that's very
like a melting pot right, at the moment.
And I wouldn't even necessarily say compromise, because in the end what we do is layering our ideas over top of one another to make one song. And yeah, that is actually a beautiful process, I think.
Yeah, that sounds very good. So where are you in the recording department? You have few songs out, but is there an album in the works, or how are you recording music at the moment?
At the moment, we're a little bit lazy, maybe, but we're looking to find another way to record other songs, because we were not happy with the recordings, because there's not that energy. I think live we have a different energy than on the recordings. You will see tonight. I hope so. But we hope to release another song in June, maybe June, July, in summer. Yeah.
It's like the same thing. It's like we did 3 songs and we learned a lot. It was like our first 3 songs we recorded, and now we're looking like in different things to do it like in different ways, because like this thing was good, but this thing wasn't that good, so we do it in another way, and we learned a lot, and I think we will hear that in the coming recordings.
Yeah, you mentioned the live energy. How is it looking, or how is it at the moment? Getting gigs. as a smaller band, who doesn't take 70 euros for a stadium concert? Because at least in Berlin, like the underground culture is slowly, getting back on its feet. So how do you see the situation or the rest of this year?
Well, there's no comparison to the 90s. So there were so many clubs at that time in Berlin. So now it's more difficult to get gigs. There are only a few, I think. So we're glad to. Hey, come on! Today we're playing a first gig in Berlin. The other gigs were in Brandenburg and Mecklenburg-Vorpommern and like that. So
Far away.
Yeah,
Far
we had to
away,
drive
yeah.
a lot, and these are separate stories.
We started on the second step, yeah? Now we started in Berlin.
So we got our feet in the water in Brandenburg and Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, and now we're ready to swim with the sharks or something.
The Sweetwater Sharks.
Yeah, we had to do at the Pampa first, and now maybe we're ready for the capital city now.
We'll go back to the Pampa, I mean.
So in general, I think since the 90s, Berlin is more electronic music city. So it's not easy to find locations like Drugstore. We love Wild at Heart very much because there's so great bands playing there. And there are so many great bands in Berlin. So everybody needs a place for that. Not easy.